Hey guys, we're out walking some of the fields, and if any can guess one of the first crops that come up in the season in the New England area, let me know. Give you a couple minutes to guess here. Got it? All right. So, for those of you that guessed, hold on, please hold. For those of you that guessed asparagus, you are right. So, asparagus is one of the few crops that emerges early in the summer, or the spring, I should say. It's one of the first crops that establishes for the season. This is a perennial crop, so you plant it once and it'll produce for years and years and years to come. I've been working and growing an asparagus for probably my whole life of agriculture, so at least 8 years now. And it is one of the most favored crops in at least the valley here to a lot of our customers and the resident citizens around here. So it doesn't like the cold, but it emerges early in the spring. You can actually harvest asparagus all season if you want, but it will drastically reduce the life of the actual crop over its lifespan. I know some older heirloom varieties that folks are still harvesting after 40 years, so that's pretty amazing. We have a hybrid variety here that does well in heavier soils. A lot of asparagus general varieties like more sandier soils. They perform better in that. They like better drainage. It's just the nature of the crop. So early in the spring, we either burn the fields off or we mow the fields down, we incorporate some fertilizer, and then we very lightly harrow the surface of the soil. So if you can see behind me, there's still a lot of trash in the field, but we don't want to hurt the crowns or the roots subsurface. This field we planted last spring, so about a year from this month, and asparagus takes a few years to establish itself till you can start full production again, so you don't hurt the establishing crop. So these were bought in roots that we planted. They were like 1 or 2 year old roots, and so that's like a 2-year span to where we can actually start producing and getting full production. So last year we planted them, we let them grow and grow and grow as we filled in the trenches. This year we're going to harvest them for about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how they look, how the yield is. We don't want to see them suffering a lot. We don't want to hurt them. So if we see the yield go up and then crash right down within a week, then we're going to stop harvesting, because we want to rejuvenate and let the life get back into the soil. But this crop we harvest daily, especially when it gets hot in the spring. These are something you harvest at least every 24 hours, and this is probably a good length. It's probably about, 10 inches or so. We bunch these into 1 pound bunches, and they can fly to your door whenever you want. And very good money maker for the spring. A lot of farms utilize this to pay for upfront costs in the season, to bring in some good cash flow early in the year when there's not a lot of crops available. So yeah, so we're out here scouting the field right now. As you can see, there are some guys that are sticking up here, some that are smaller than others. Yeah, there's one right here that it's just popping out of the surface. So they're coming, I would say, in a week. If we have some nice warm weather, this field's going to be pretty lively and we can really start some cool production. So we're excited. In the meantime, we're gonna snack.